Greetings everyone, it's Anne here, otherwise known as the Motherload by my daughters, and today I've got these, what I call shrooms. I'm absolutely in love with these. I've seen a lot of people do them recently, so I can't really give you any names, but to all the people who've made them, thank you for the inspiration, because I've had so much fun with these. And I'd like to show you how I did mine. So I'll just move them over to one side. And I'm going to start by making one like these ones. Now, for the paper that I used, I've been into dyeing my own paper at the moment, and it's such an inexact science. I would like to make a video to show you how I did it, but they're all so different, and they all come out so different in the end, and it's like there's no way I can show you this is how you're going to do it and to end up with a certain look. These ones are perhaps the closest I've come to being able to achieve something that I like, that is completely repeatable. And I'll just tell you how I did it. I have not got the dye bath set up to show you, but it's very simple. I just got some plain white copy paper and a kitty litter tray filled with some brown food colouring and water. And I just got the paper and dipped the sheets in one at a time. And then as I dipped them in, completely submerged them, and then pulled them straight out. And I had another kitty litter tray at the side, and I just screwed them up like this while they were wet, and put them in the kitty litter tray until I had a whole tray full. And then I put the tray out in the sun to bake. And I had to be patient. It's not something I'm gifted with crafting. With lots of other things I am, but I hate waiting for things to dry. But I had to be patient and let them bake in the sun till they were completely dry. And then when I brought them in, I opened them up, because once the paper's dry it regains its strength and you can open it without tearing it. You'll see in some of the other ones that I've made, they're torn because I couldn't wait until they were completely dry. And then I just flattened them out, and then I ran over them with the iron. And you get these, where it's been baked in the sun, the colour intensifies, and it just looks really interesting. And then when you iron them, you get kind of like a marble effect. So I really like those, and I hope to have a video showing you how to do some other of the papers that I've done. I'll show you some of the papers. Like these ones, I really love them. This one was a little bit heavy-handed with. But as I say, I can't give you a definite, this is how you do it to achieve this result, because they're all so different, and so it's like a lucky bag what you get. But I love doing the papers because they're so useful, and when you make something they look completely different than if you've used a paper that's already printed. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I did make some shrooms which I haven't got here out of paper that came from a paper pad, and they look really good in their own right too. Anyway, I'm going to use this paper to make my shroom, and what I did with my paper was to stick it on the back of stick it on a piece of card, because I like them to be a bit kind of more be a bit stiffer and have a little bit more dimension than if they're just paper. But you don't have to, you can just use the paper. Now really any shape goes. You can see, I'll use, perhaps you can't see that, I'm trying to find one you'd be able to see on the camera. You can see I've just cut that shape like that, and any shape goes. They're all kind of wonky, But if you feel a bit unsure about how to cut them, I've found a good way is to get a circle and something that's circular, draw around it and cut that out. It can be very rough, because the good thing about these is they're so imperfect, but they look real because they're so, you know, nature doesn't have completely round circles usually. Now once I've got the circle, this will actually make two. I'm going to cut it in half, but I'm going to cut it in half on, a bit on a wave like that. And then I'm going to round, sorry, you can't see white on white. I'll just cut around the corners a little bit, just to round it off. Like that. So the one circle gives me two caps. Okay, so I'll put that one over there. So I have this one for the cap, and I'm going to need one for another bit for the stem. And I usually use a different colour for the stem. And it can be as wonky as you like, as thin or as short and fat as you like. I like the ones that are that sort of go fatter at the bottom a little bit. You can see that one widens out a bit at the bottom. And I just cut a fat piece at the bottom, make it round, and then snip the top off where I want it. So I've got my mushroom. Now I like to give them lots of grunge around the edges, and got these little old distress ink pads, and I find they're really good for doing around the edges, because you get these lines which is hard to achieve with a dauber. You can see that. Get those lines happening. The same on the stem. I hold it and go down the edge, and I get these lovely little lines across it which look more natural. And right around it. Okay. Then all I do is a little dab of glue and put it on, usually at an angle. Okay, there's one shroom done. Now you see on this one I've actually got like an underskirt which looks like the back of the mushroom. That's easy enough to do by getting another piece of different colour. What have we got? I might just use this piece where it's not got much colour on it, and I just cut it again with a wave. Give it a little bit of a edge definition, and then stick it on the back. Just lost the lid off my glue. Like so. And then I cut it around the edge to fit. Don't want any sharp bits. Okay, so then you get like a little piece where it's the back of the mushroom. Some mushrooms tilt towards you and you wouldn't be able to see the back, and some tip away and you can see the piece that goes around the back. Anyway, that's that. The next thing I did to these ones was to use a little bit of this enamel accent. You could use anything you've got, even a gel pen or a little bit of I call it perfect pearls is not the right word, in a little bottle, liquid pearls, I always get that wrong, and then just put a few kind of dots on it. Alright, so that's how I did these ones. I'll just let that one dry. The other ones, these ones I've got here, I made exactly the same way, but I put a little bit of hessian on, just as a decoration. And if you cut a little square of hessian, like that, and then strip off some of the fibres in each direction, you get a nice nice edge to it. That one's got a piece on. And then you can just glue that down. Tape wood. Okay, that's those. These ones, I used a different paper. It was some dictionary page that I had coloured, so they've got writing on them. And this one was one I did in the basic way I've just showed you, but I put some extra little curls on it. Because sometimes you see mushrooms that have got a skin that's kind of layered and curly, and I did that by let's find one, this one, getting some of the same paper that I used before, tearing it into kind of triangles like that. And then just go around the edge. Sorry if you can hear a noise in the background, I've got my washing machine going. There it goes. And then I'm using a satay stick just to put some curl in that paper. Once you get it going, you can use your finger and thumb. Sometimes it's even nice to just tear it a bit and have it going in a couple of different directions. Okay, then put some glue on the back and just place it where you think you like to see the curls. Don't worry about the bits that hang off the edge. And then turn it over trim around it. Okay, and you got the layers happening. A bit more glue, and then you can just go around the edge again, give it some definition. Okay, that's the curly one. Alright, I'll show you a couple of things I made with them. Made these tags. This was one of the curly ones, and I used some of my other dyed papers underneath, and used a little bit of the frizz ribbon on this one, and again some of my papers. I gave this one the back showing through. Okay, I think I've covered everything. Hope I've not missed anything out. But they're really fun to make, and I so enjoyed making them. And if you're going to use your own papers, you never get two alike. They're all so individual. And that's what I like about them. It's as if they've each got a different little personality. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again soon in the next one. Have fun. Bye.